Pranam Maharaj, and welcome to the session.
Pranam Maharaj.
Pranam Maharaj.
Maharaj.
Namaste to all of you. Jai Ma.
Pranam Maharaj. So people are still joining in. Let's give a minute or two and then we can start. Is that okay?
Yes. So which sloka we are supposed to chant today?
I think we've done the first 5, isn't it?
First 5 is over, is it? Okay. And what about the meaning?
Oh, 1 second, Maharaj. I need to just reconfirm. 1 second.
Meaning also done.
Yeah, meaning I think 5 or 6 I had done, I suppose, or I don't know. Yeah.
Yes.
5 I remember very well.
Meaning is also, yeah, you've been doing the meaning along with it. So if the first 5 are done, that means the first 5, the meaning has also been done. First 5 slokas, Maharaj, yes.
Okay. So 6th sloka onwards, chanting as well as meaning.
Yes, Maharaj. So we will be doing, so yeah, it's 2 p.m. we shall start. And so today we will do from 6th to the 12th, is it?
Yeah, maybe 6 to 16.
6th to 16th, okay. All right, okay.
Yeah, because today it's just simple story. I mean, there's nothing much philosophy there now. It's a simple story. Sometimes it can happen that, they are telling a story of me.
Okay. Okay. So shall we start now? It's 2 p.m.
Yeah, maybe a minute or two, or you want to wait, or no, we can go ahead. What do you say?
Okay, another minute, 2, 3, we can start.
Yeah. So suffering is an age-old problem. Sometimes we feel, I am suffering. I am the only person who is suffering in the world, we all think. But there's an age-old problem, like everyone is suffering or everyone is struggling in their own ways.
Absolutely, Maharaj. I'm sure you must have echoed many sentiments. And when it comes to suffering, you think the other person is, the other side of the lawn is always green, there's a saying, isn't it? So you think that you are the only one who's suffering, and your suffering is the hardest of all. The others.
Hardest, highest, toughest.
Yes. And the others, even if they're suffering, their suffering is so little compared to what we are going through, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why do we feel like this, Maharaj?
It is because of hardwired brain, we say. It is in the neuroscience point of view, if you speak, it is, we have cultivated like that, unfortunately, that wrong habit.
Okay.
So consciously we have to come out from this.
Right.
Consciously saying no, we have to come out from this.
So how do we consciously come out that everybody is suffering?
No. So the life is a package. I mean, I give this example. For an example, you go and apply for a job in the 3 companies. Fortunately or unfortunately, all the 3 companies ask you to, appear for interview, and you do your best. You did your best. And again, fortunately or unfortunately, you have been selected in all the 3 companies.
Oh, it's so hard to choose now. Yes.
No. So in one company, pay scale is good, but it is far, so you may have to travel a good amount of distance. And working atmosphere is good, that's what you hear. And in others, pay scale is less, and your work timings and all much flexible. Traveling time is okay, not so near and not so far. The other is pay scale is good. It is very near, maybe near, but the working atmosphere or the working timings and all very challenging. Now you have to choose among the 3. What to do now? What we think is, I should get maximum salary, highest pay scale, and it should be very near, and should be less work or the working atmosphere, the colleagues, or my manager, everything should be conducive. So this is what I expect. My mind expects, but which never happens. Then what to do with all the discussions, with all permutation combination, or with sometimes lucky dip? Because I can't take a decision, then I will take a lucky dip. So somehow I decide. Now you decide and you take one package, whichever. If you feel money is important, then you will go to the highest salary. You feel no, money is okay, secondary, but for me, working atmosphere is important, then you may take second one. Yeah, all other fine, but because of my family things and commitments or whatever, my working flexibility and working atmosphere is more important for me, or not distance. Then you will take that as a priority base, you will take that. But after you are selecting, few things it will not be according to your standard or your liking. But we keep on lamenting and commenting, oh, this is not happening, that is not happening. See, how she is lucky, how he is lucky. So like this, life is full of packages. Good, bad, happiness, unhappiness, joy, sorrow, all these things come and go. It comes and it goes. But we don't remember this, or we don't. It is not that we do not know, we know it, but consciously we don't practice it. That's where I think we have a problem. So life is full of packages. So buy one, get one free. Now I will say, no, I want only free. I don't want to buy. Or I will buy this alone. I don't want that free version. If you say, they say, no, it is not possible, my dear.
My mind is hardwired to think like that. It always thinks that I am suffering. It never thinks that I am causing sufferings to others.
Yeah, that is also there, no doubt.
Yes. Okay. So Maharaj, can we? That was quite an insightful explanation, Maharaj, and I'm sure we all experienced that Kombeshi. Anyway, so can we start our next class?
Yeah, please go ahead.
With pranams to the holy trio and pranams to revered Maharaj Shantivratananda Swamiji. We start our next class on Sri Sri Chandi, chantings and explanations. Maharaj, over to you.
Yeah, so we'll be chanting Devi Durga Saptashati, or the Chandi, first chapter, 6th verse onwards. So one person can keep yourself on volume, so that I will be chanting and repeat after me others. Tasya taira bhavadudyam.
Tasya taira bhavadudyam.
Tasya taira bhavadudyam.
Tasya taira bhavadudyam.
Ati prabala dandinaha.
Ati prabala dandaniha.
Ati prabala dandinaha.
Ati prabala dandinaha.
Nunairapi satairyuddhe.
Nunairapi satairudhye.
Nunairapi satairyuddhe.
Nunairapi satairudhye.
Kola vidvamsi bhirjitaha.
Kola vidvam sribrijitya.
Kola vidvamsi bhirjitaha.
Kola vidvam sidhirjitaha.
Tatasvapura mayato.
Tatasvapura mayato.
Tatasvapura mayato.
Tatasvapura mayato.
Nija deshadhipo bhavat.
Nija deshadhipo bhavat.
Nija deshadhipo bhavat.
Nija deshadhipo bhavat.
Akrantasya mahabhagah.
Akrantasya mahabhagam. Mahabhagam.
Akrantasya mahabhagah.
Akrantasya mahabhagah.
So here Akrantaha, Sa is there. This
Mhm.
Visarga, the two dots takes the form of Sa again, of Sa. So Akrantas Sa Mahabhagaha. That Sa, when you split, it becomes again two dots, Visarga. So Akrantas Sa Mahabhagaha.
Akrantasya mahabhagah.
Taistada Prabalaribihi.
तैस्तदा प्रबलारिभिः
तैस्तदा प्रबलारिभिः
तैस्तदा प्रबलारिभिः
अमात्यैर्बलिभिर्दुष्टैः
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 दुर्बलस्य दुरात्मभिः
दुर्बलस्य दुरात्मभिः
दुर्बलस्य दुरात्मभिः
दुर्बलस्य दुरात्मभिः
कोशो बलं चापरुतम्
कोशो बलं चापहृतम्
कोशो बलं चापरुतम्
कोशो बलं चापहृतम्
तत्रापि स्वपुरे ततः
तत्रापि स्वपुरे ततः
तत्रापि स्वपुरे ततः
तत्रापि स्वपुरे ततः
ततो मृगयव्याजेन
ततो मृगयव्याजेन
ततो मृगयव्याजेन
ततो मृगया व्याजेन
ऋतस्वाम्यस्य भूपतिः
ऋतस्वाम्यस्य भूपतिः
ऋतस्वाम्यस्य भूपतिः
ऋतस्वाम्यस्य भूपतिः
एकाकी हयमारुह्य
एकाकी हयमारुह्य
एकाकी हयमारुह्य
एकाकी हयमारुह्य
जगामगहनं वनम्
जगामगहनं वनम्
जगामगहनं वनम्
जगामगहनं वनम्
स तत्राश्रममद्राक्षी
स तत्राक्षममद्राक्षीद्
स तत्राश्रममद्राक्षी
स तत्राश्रममद्राक्षीद्
द्विजवर्यस्य मेधसः
द्विजवर्जस्य मेधसः
द्विजवर्यस्य मेधसः
द्विजवर्यस्य मेधसः
प्रशन्तश्वापदाकीर्ण
प्रशान्तश्वापदकी प्रशान्त
प्रशान्तश्वापदाकीर्ण
प्रशान्तश्वापदाकीर्णम्
मुनिशिष्योपशोभितम्
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 तस्थौ कञ्चित् सकालं च
तस्थौ कञ्चित् सकालं च
तस्थौ कञ्चित् सकालं च
तस्थौ कञ्चित् सकालं च
मुनिना तेन सत्कृतः
मुनिना तेन सत्कृतः
मुनिना तेन सत्कृतः
मुनिना तेन सत्कृतः
इतश्चेतश्च विचरन्
इतश्चेतश्च विचरम्
इतश्चेतश्च विचरन्
इतश्चेतश्च विचरम्
तस्मिन् मुनिवराश्रमे
तस्मिन् मुनिवराश्रमे
तस्मिन् मुनिवराश्रमे
तस्मिन् मुनिवराश्रमे
सोचिन्तयत्तदा तत्र
सोचिन्तयत्तदा तत्र
सोचिन्तयत्तदा तत्र
सोचिन्तयत्तदा तत्र
ममत्वाकृष्टचेतनः
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 मत्पूर्वैः पालितं पूर्वम्
मत्पूर्वैपालितं पूर्वम्
So here Matpurvai Visarga is there. Next pa is there. So if that is the case, the visarga, two dots take the form of the refa.
Oh,
So
okay.
mat purvaif palitam purvam.
Mat purvaih palitam purvam.
Maya hinam puram hitat.
Maya hinam puram hitata.
Maya hinam puram hitat.
Maya hinam puram hitata.
Madhrutaisthaira sadvruttaihi.
Madbhrityastairam sadhrityaihi.
Madhrutaisthaira sadvruttaihi.
Madbhrityaistas
Staira.
madbhrityastaira sadhrityaihi.
Yeah, these are tongue twisters.
Hmm.
Dharmatah palyate navam.
Dharmatah palyate nava.
Dharmatah palyate navam.
Dharmatah palyate nava.
न जाने स प्रधानो में.
न जाने स प्रधानोऽस्मे.
न जाने स प्रधानो में.
न जाने स प्रधानो मे.
शूरहस्ति सदा मदः.
शूरहस्ति सदा मदः.
शूरहस्ति सदा मदः.
शूरहस्ति सदा मदः.
मम वैरिवशं यातः.
मम वैरिवशं यातः.
मम वैरिवशं यातः.
मम वैरिवशं यातः.
So here, vairi vasham, some anuswara, that a single a single dot is there. The immediate letter, next word, it is yakara. So this anuswara become anunasika yakara. So mama vairi vashai yataha.
मम वैरिवशं यातः.
Kan bhoganupalapsyate.
कान् भोगानुपलप्स्यते.
Kan bhoganupalapsyate.
कान् भोगानुपलप्स्यते.
ये मामानुगता नित्यम्.
ये ममानुगता नित्यम्.
ये ममानुगता नित्यम्.
ये ममानुगता नित्यम्.
प्रसादधनभोजनैः.
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 अनुवृत्तिं ध्रुवं तेद्य.
अनुवृत्तिं ध्रुवं तेद्य.
अनुवृत्तिं ध्रुवं तेद्य.
अनुवृत्तिं ध्रुवं तेद्य.
कुर्वन्तन्यमहीभृताम्.
कुर्वन्त्यन्यमहीभृताम्.
कुर्वन्तन्यमहीभृताम्.
कुर्वन्त्यन्यमहीभृताम्.
Yeah. So we will try to discuss from the 6th verse onwards. If you remember the last class, so we did discuss about who is Markandeya. Is the son of Mrukandu. How this Markandeya is a great person. Mrukandu is great person. We came to know. He's like he used to enjoy the tapas, meditation like a deer. That's why it's called Mrukandu and all. Then Savarani Surya Tanaya, if you remember the whole story of Kalpa, Manvantara and all. This Suratha, the king, in the next generation, in the coming Manvantara, he will be the Manu by name called Savarani. So I am going to tell the story of the Savarani, who is the Surya Tanaya, who is the son of Surya, in detail. And please listen with rapt attention, he says. So don't take it because it's a long story, lengthy story. You can't take it casual. You can't take it. You can't be absent-minded. But I will tell in detail. But the condition is you should attend with a rapt attention. It tells, and that's how the story goes. So now we are discussing about the person, a devotee by name called Suratha. So it is also etymological meaning of Surata. If you take, Ratha means what? The chariot. Here Ratha means what? The body. Surata means one who has got a body, means Jivatma or individual soul, individual self. So all of us can be considered here as Surathas. And we are the kings for ourselves. We are the king masters for our houses, or at least not, at least for our bodies or for our life. So the Suratha. Tasya thairabhavadudyam ati prabala dandinaha nūnairapi sathair yuddhe kola vidvamsi birjitaha. This Suratha had a very mighty army. He is a king and he was a Chakravarti. Chakravarti means emperor, but he doesn't have a small kingdom. He has got a very huge kingdom, very big, large kingdom. So the Suratha is a Chakravarti emperor, and he had a very mighty army. And that army also with a great strength and weapons and military tactics, everything they had. But Ati Prabala Dandinaha means Prabala means it was strong, with full of strength. Nunairapi Satairuddhe. But in spite of that, in the battle, Kola Vidvamsi Bhirjitaha. The opposite people, the enemies, were few in number. Nunairapi. They were less in number, fewer in number. But unfortunately, he lost the war. He lost the battle. As a result, instead of being an emperor, now he became a king. That means what? For his capital and small part of the land, he was the king. Earlier he was emperor. So now after the treaty and or whatever, so much portion of his land, much portion of his empire has been lost to the enemies, who won the war. And now he has become the king of a small kingdom, which is his capital city and a little more land, that's all. Why it happened? He had a large army, he had weapons, everything. But why he lost a war? Because his own ministers, his own chief in commander and others, officials or a bureaucracy, you can say, they joined their hands with the opposite party or with the enemies. As a result, they gave all their trade secrets and military secrets and all. He lost the war. This is the status of the Suratha now. Tata Swapura Mayatu, when you split, Tata Swapura Mayataha Nija Deshadipo Bhavat Akrantas Mahabhagaha Aistada Prabalaribihi. So after his defeat, with a morose, with a feeling, what you say, he's not happy. So when he lost the battle, definitely we can understand, oh, here you cannot say that you should have an equality mind, a tranquil mind, so you should not bother. All that fine, that is the ideal, but poor person, instead of being an emperor, instead of having such a huge army, he had lost the battle, and that Suratha, he returned to the capital, and somehow he accepted his fate, and he started ruling his own small territory. But unfortunately, again, because of the, the cheating and etc., the powerful enemies, again they attacked and they overpowered him. So now he had a small kingdom. He came back and he somehow accepted it, and he was ruling his small kingdom. But after some time, again the enemies, they joined and they came and they gave a surprise attack and they overpowered him. Amatyaihi balibihi dushtaihi durbalasya duratmabihi kosho balam chapurutam tatrapi swapuretaha. Amatyaihi. Amatyaihi means by his ministers. Amatya. Balibi, though they are influential people, they are strong people. These Amatyas are very strong people. They were very strong, no doubt. But dushtaihi, they were not gentlemen. They were wicked in nature. The Suratha's ministers, though they were strong, they were intelligent, but they were all wicked. Dushtaihi. Then durbalasya duratmibihi. And of the durbalasya, now the king has become weak. When the king becomes weak, what happens? Then immediately Tom, Dick and Harry will try to overpower him. So that's what it happened. So and duratmabihi, these ministers and the chief and commanders, they were strong, no doubt, but they were evil-minded and they were also wicked-minded. As a result, what did they do? They joined their hands with opposite people, enemies, and they overpowered him. They threw the king out. Then Kosho Balam Aparutam means the army and the treasury was looted by these ministers, by these officials. Tatra api swapure tataha. It did not happen in some other country, in some other place. It happened in his own city, in his own capital. In the Surata's capital, the ministers cheating the king, they looted the treasury and they took away the army also. That means now he has been cheated by his own people. So many times this happens in our life also. When we are working in office, we can be cheated by our own colleagues. Sometimes we think that he or she is my friend, but they may cheat us. We may get cheated by our own friends, colleagues, or our own, the employees whom we gave work and etc. Then they can cheat. The same thing is happening for him also. Toto mrugaya vyajena rutasvyamasya bhupati ekaki hayamaruya jagama gahanam vanam. Here there is nothing much philosophy, so I'm going fast actually. So now the king has been isolated now. King has been isolated. The king understood that I have lost everything now. I don't have anything in my hands. He has been isolated. He thought to save his life, he said, okay, my dear, now the treasury has become your part and you have taken the army and other things. Okay, I am feeling bored. I am feeling unhappy. So what will I do? I shall go to the forest and I will do hunting. Because in those days, if you see, if we feel bad, we may go to movie. We may go to picnic. We may do something which will a lighter activity so that we can make our mind little happier, whatever. So in those days, these kings and all, they used to go to hunting as a sort of hobby or as a part of to make their mind happy and etc. So the king said to his ministers, his own ministers, saying that, okay, to keep my mind happy, I shall go to the forest for hunting. Then ministers thought, all right, this poor king, anyhow, he has lost everything now. Let him go for a forest and let him hunt and come. Let him feel little happy. At least that much considerate they were there. They didn't stop him at least. So he went to Tata Mrugaya Vyajena. Mrugaya Vyajena means what? Under the pretext of going hunting. It's a pretext actually. It is not that he's really going to hunt. To protect himself, under the pretext of hunting, he is going. Ata swamasya bhupatihi. Ata swamyaha. Ata swamyaha means he has lost his kingdom. So bhupatihi, he has lost his kingship also. Then ekaki. There's an English saying, when the money is there in the pocket, the whole world will understand who are you. When there is no money in your pocket, you will understand the whole world what it is. So when you are a very lucky person, when you got so much money with you, the whole world will understand who are you. Because when you have got everything, how you behave, whether you are egoistic or whether you are humble, whether there has been any change or whatever. So the whole world will understand who I am. When my pocket is empty, then I will understand who is my real friend, who is my real enemy. So now his pocket has been empty. His pocket has been empty. Surata's pocket has been empty. He has lost his kingship. He has lost his treasury. Now he has understood the people whom he thought his own people, ministers, chief in commander, and XYZ people in his own state, they have cheated. Now he has understood that none of them are his people. So ekaki, he has become alone. He has left, he is deserted. He has been deserted. So Hayam Aruya. Hayam means horse. Hayam Aruya means riding the horse, mounting the horse. Jagama Gahanam Vanam. He went into dense forest. It is not even light forest. It was a dense forest. He went into dense forest. So now you can imagine, we can connect ourselves with our lives. Many times we may lose wealth, we may lose property, we may lose our own the job or the money and etc. Because our own people can cheat us and we may lose things and all. So this can happen in our life also. So it has happened in the case of Surata, who was Chakravarti, emperor. He became just a king, small king, and now that also he has been lost. The kingdom, the wealth, and the army, everything has been lost. So basically, he has been completely a deserted person with that heavy heart, just to safeguard himself, to protect his life. Now he has entered the dense forest. So tatra shramam adrakshit vijavaryasya medasaha prashanta swapadakiranam munishishyopa. So after saha means what? Who? Here Suratha. Tatra means in that forest. So he entered the forest. In that forest, ashramam adrakshit. So tatra ashramam adrakshit. Ashrama, you know ashrama, hermitage. Adrakshit means he saw an hermit. He saw the, sorry, not hermit, hermitage. He saw an ashrama in the dense forest. So there is a joke, whoever comes to ashram or temples, most of the people, they want something or they have lost something. That's where they come to ashram or they come to the temple. So normal people who have got everything and who don't have any problem, who don't want anything, they don't come to temple or ashram. Either they have lost something or they want to wish to gain something. They only come to ashram or temple. There is a joke or there is a statement. So here he has lost everything as a deserted person. Suratha, he saw an ashram, hermitage in the dense forest. Vijavaryasya medasaha. Vijavaryasa. There was a person. Here Dvija means Brahman. Brahman means he may not be born Brahmin. So Brahmin means one who follows the Brahman, one who studies Vedas, one who practices the path of knowledge, he is Brahmin. Brahmana means Brahmani charataha iti Brahmana. One who follows, one who tries to realize Brahman, he is called Brahmin. So here Dvijavaryasya Medasa. So there one Brahmin by name Sumedha, Medas, or his name is actually Sumedha, was there. Sumedha is the head of that ashram or hermitage in the dense forest. And how this ashram atmosphere, very interesting atmosphere, the Markandeya is telling, because he has told already everything I will tell in detail. So he's explaining the ashrama's atmosphere in a simple line. Prashanta Swapada Kiranam. Prashanta. It is so calm, it is so peaceful atmosphere, but it is encircled with Swapada Kiranam. It is encircled by wild animals. You see how contrast. It is very peaceful, he's saying, but it is encircled by wild animals. How it is? When the wild animals, lion, tiger is there, leopard is there, cheetah is there, and if you say that ashrama is very calm, very quiet and all, how it is to accept? Munishishyopa Shobhita. Why? Because of the power of, because of the tapas, the tapobala of Sumedha, because of the power, austere power of Sumedha, the wild animals have lost their wild nature. So the wild animals are not attacking each other. There is a beautiful Subhashita. In one of the Subhashita, it goes, the Subhashita narrates the story of the Kailasa, or rather the Shiva and his family. You know, why Shiva sitting in the Himalaya, in the such a minus 20, 30, 40 degree temperature, but still is not wearing any layers. Is wearing just half of body with the, deer skin or whatever. In such a cold area, why is he sitting in that way? Because there is a family problem for Shiva also. What is that? The Gauri, the Parvati is sitting next to him on his left side, and Ganga is there on his head. So they are, both of them are quarreling each other always. I mean, it is on the lighter side. It is a pun. We should not take it seriously or literally. So there can be a fight between Gauri and Ganga, or Parvati and Ganga. That's the one thing. And Shiva is wearing as a ornament as a snake. And this Kartikeya or Subramanya has got a Vahana. The vehicle is what? Peacock. So peacock is always looking towards the snake. When I can eat. Okay. And the snake is looking always towards the vehicle of Ganapati. That is what? The rat. Okay. And what is the vehicle of the Shiva? That is a bull. And what is the vehicle of Mother Durga or Mother Parvati? Is the lion. So lion is always thinking, when can I attack on the bull? When can I eat the bull? So Shiva is encircled with so many family problems. Poor fellow. That's why because of the problem, his mind has become heat. So his body also has become heat. So that's why in the even snow-clad mountain, he is sitting in the simple cloth. This is Sanskrit Subhashita, one pun. Anyhow, so here Prashanta Swapada Kiranam. The ashrama is peaceful but surrounded by wild animals. The wild animals have lost the himsa pravrutti, the wildness, because of the tapobala of Sumedha. That's why ashrama is peaceful, though it is surrounded by wild animals. And Muni Shishyopa Shobhitam, and is also graced by sages and the disciples. If there is a Shishya only, I will get a title of Guru. When there is a disciple, then I will get a title of Guru. If there is no disciple, for whom I will be Guru? Isn't it? If I've got a disciple, then I will be Guru. I can call myself as Guru at least. So here, Sumedha also has been encircled by quite a few sages and few disciples. So that's why Muni Shishya Upashobhitam. So he has been graced by disciples and the sages. Sages means few other sages were staying there and doing meditation or tapas or yoga sadhana or studies or whatever. Tastau kanchit sakalancha munina tena satkrutaha itaschetascha vicharan tasmin munivarashrame. Tastau kanchit kalamcha. And this Suratha, he entered the Sumedha's ashram and he stayed for some time. Just he is residing, just he has entered and is staying there, that's all. He has not spoken with anyone, he doesn't know anyone there. Just he has entered the ashram, he was feeling the ashram is so peaceful and all the wild animals have lost their wild nature, and he was so much feeling happy. What a beautiful place, what a solace it is giving my heart. Just he's thinking, that's all. Munina tena satkutaha. But when he entered with all the deserted person, he lost his treasury, he lost his kingdom, he's no man now. But in spite of that, when he went and he just spent a little time, then the sages of that ashrama, they welcomed him with a good hospitality, with love, with affection, with a dignity, human dignity, basic gentlemanliness, with all that, with a due honor, with a gentlemanliness, with a love, with affection, with care. The sages welcomed Suratha in the ashram. And imagine, Suratha was deserted by his own people. His mind has been tormented. His mind has been afflicted with sorrow. Such a person has been welcomed with a great honor, or a duly honor and a love, respect and all. How happy we'll feel. So now Suratha is feeling so happy in the ashrama atmosphere. Munina tena satkutaha, he has been duly honored. Itaschetascha vicharan tasmin munivarashrame. Itaschetascha. Here and there, vicharan tasmin munivara ashrame. So here and there he sees that the sages or the rishis, they are walking here and there. So basically it is the atmosphere of ashrama has been explained, and how he has been welcomed into the ashrama has been told here. So the Suratha was always, his mind was fully, it was covered with so many thoughts. I was such a king, I was such an emperor, what I have become today, how my minister, I felt so important, he is so, mine or dearest one I thought, and I helped him, I helped his family, and that fellow rogue, he cheated me, or the minister cheated me, chief and commander cheated me, or XYZ official cheated me. All these different type of thoughts has been going on. That's why it is called dense forest. So he entered the dense forest, and if you take it literally, symbolically, it has been told the dense forest resembles here, his mind is clouded by so many thoughts. Very well imagine it. A king has become no man. For example, a Karodpati, Warren Buffett or Elon Musk, he becomes care of footpath. He lost all his property and he becomes a care, if he becomes a care of footpath, what will be his plight? What will be his mindset? So the same thing is Suratha. So Suratha also entered dense forest, means what? His mind has been taken care, his mind has been covered with full of thoughts or brooding or worry or whatever. And such a time, he has been welcomed by the ashrama, Sumedha's ashrama, and he has been welcomed with a duly honor. This Sumedha is representing the intelligence, Medas, intelligence, Viveka Buddhi, the power of discernment. The power of discernment is welcoming the Sumedha, means our mind. So the faculty, which is decisive faculty or the good mind, is welcoming. Oh dear, this all happens. This all comes and goes. Don't bother. Just wait. Hold on. Think about things positively. How can you control these problems? How can you overcome this? How can you come out this? So Sumedha is trying to give an instruction. Sumedha is a Rushi here, but if you take in our life, it is on our discernment, Viveka Shakti, Viveka. So the story also can be, it is a story, it also can be taken into our life, and every part we can meditate and we can correlate with our life. Matpurvaih palitam purvam maya hinam puram hitat madbrutaistair sadvruttaihi dharmatah palyate nava. Now I told, his mind has been crowded with the different type of thoughts. What type of thoughts he had has been told, beautifully narrated in a picture's cue in the 13th verse, 13th mantra actually. Let us see. Matpurvaihi. He started thinking, this kingdom, whatever the kingdom I had, it was ruled by my ancestors. I didn't acquire this kingdom, or my father didn't acquire the kingdom, or not my grandfather. It came from generations. Few generations have ruled this kingdom, and my forefathers had ruled the kingdom. Matpurvaihi palitam purvam. Formerly, this kingdom was ruled by my ancestors, my grandfather, father, great-grandfather, great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather, great-great-great-great-grandfathers. Okay. Maya hinam puram hitat. But unfortunately, during my time, this has been lost. All my forefathers, they accumulated, they protected, and they transferred to the successive generations. I did my job well, no doubt, but unfortunately, during my tenure, during my time, we lost this kingdom. So this is what the mental agony in the mind. Madbrutaihi, my servants, means my ministers, my officers, madbrutaihi, taihi, asadvruttaihi, because of bad conduct, because of those people's bad conduct. Means those people means what? The ministers, chief in commander, or some officials basically. Of bad conduct, dharmata palyate nava, because they're all wicked people. So dharmata, righteously, do they rule or not? So he's thinking about, one is his forefathers were successful. Now I am not. First point. Second is, my own ministers are wicked in nature. I don't know whether they will rule the kingdom properly or not, whether they will loot the treasury, they will put the people, citizens into problem or what will happen to my kingdom, what will happen to that glory which was started by our forefathers, and I was also instrumental in maintaining all these things. So this type of thoughts has been haunted in the Surata's mind. So he's basically thinking about his kingdom. न जाने स प्रदानो मे शूर हस्ति सदा मदः मम वैरि वशं यातः कान् भोगान् उपलप्स्यते. न जाने, I don't know what is happening there because I am not there. I am in the dense forest. न जाने स प्रदानः, the minister. Saha means the ministers, pradana means chief minister or chief in commander. May, they were all mine only actually. The chief in commander and the chief minister, they were all mine actually. Shuraha hasti hastisha damadaha. Hastisha damadaha means they were all brave people, no doubt, but at the same time they were wicked. That's the one thing. And also I had a mighty elephant. I also had a mighty elephant that is called the royal emblem. They will have an elephant, they will have a horse, they will have a sword, which is the royal emblems. So hasti means elephant. Why? Because hasta means hand. So the elephant uses its own trunk as a hand. That's why it is called hasti. Hasta means hand. So the elephant uses the trunk as its hand. Just we take the food and we eat. And the elephant, how it eats? It takes the things from its trunk and it puts into its mouth. That's why it is called hasti. So hasti is very quite powerful. Hasti we also had, which is their royal emblem. So whether it has been taken care of it properly or not. So he's thinking about the kingdom. Now he started thinking about his own elephant. Mama Vairi Vasham Yataha, or whether my enemy people, Mama Vairi Vasham, Mama Vairi, my enemies, who attacked on me, who attacked on our empire, Vasham Yataha, whether they have taken away, they have snatched my elephant also. He has lost his own kingdom itself, but he's thinking about his ministers, his chief in commanders, and afterwards he's thinking about his elephant. See, this is what it happens for most of us. We leave the house, we leave the town, we leave a company, and we keep on thinking what happens to that company. What I did this, I did that, whether it is happening this or not, whether whatever I did, whether they are following it or not, all these things. So whether the elephant is well or not, whether it has been snatched away by my enemies or not, I do not know. Mama Vairi Vasham Yataha Kan Bhoganupalabzate. Who is enjoying all that? The treasury and the animal, the horse and the elephant and all, I do not know. So these are all thoughts are going on in the mind of Surata. He is in a ashrama. He has been with all due honor, he has been welcomed. He has been taken care now. There is no problem for his life. There is no problem for anything now at the given point of time. But still, he is cudding on his past. He's brooding on his past things and he's getting worried. So his mind is full of unnecessary thoughts. So because of attachment, this problem comes. Because I loved XYZ, they cheated me, that's what I'm suffering. That's what we people think. Surat also is thinking, I loved my ministers, I loved my chief in commander, they cheated me and I have become pauper and I'm suffering. He thinks. And that's how all of us we think. But it is not because I love people, I suffer. It is because I attach to people, I suffer. I should love people, but I should not be attached to people. That's what we can see in the life of Krishna. Krishna loved everyone, but he was never attached to anyone. Whereas Arjuna was Maharati. Maharati means he was one of the great warriors who could fight with 10,000 people at a time. There were only 18 Maharathis in the whole Kurukshetra war. Thousands of people, among them only 18 people were there. One was Arjuna, but still when he saw his own kith and kin, his own relatives, he started saying that I will not fight. It is not that because he was interested in ahimsa, non-injury or whatever, because he was carried over by the attachment towards the relatives, friends or whatever. So because of attachment, we suffer. Now Surata, he has lost his kingdom. That is a matter of concern, matter of suffering, no doubt. But now he is suffering. Why? Because of the attachment. That is the spiritual meaning which the Devi Saptashati or Chandi or Durga Saptashati has been telling us. So because you have attached, you are suffering in the world. And Sri Ramakrishna puts all these things so beautifully. If you are living in the world, there is no problem. If the worldliness or if the world is in you, world is in your mind, then only the problem. And he gives a beautiful example. If the boat is in the water, no problem. If the water enters the boat, then only problem. Water enters the boat, what happens? Slowly it sinks. So when the world is in me, means the worldliness, prapanchikata, he says. So when it is in the mind or in me, then only I suffer. Because I'm in the world, I don't suffer. Because the world is in me or the worldliness is in me, I suffer. Now Surata is also suffering because of that attachment. The worldliness is what? Attachment. In Sanskrit, it is called ahankara and mamakara. I and mine. I is attached to body and mind. Mine is attached to the people and the objects or whatever. Ye mamanugata nityam prasada dhanabhojanaihi anuvrittim druvantedya kurvantenya mahibrutam. Ye, those people. Ye mama anugataha. They were dependents on me. Means again the ministers, relatives, friends or whomever say. Those people who were dependent on me, who were the followers of me, nityam, not one times, two times, always. Prasada dhana bhojanaihi. Prasada means here favors. I did lot of favors for them. I gave money, I gave clothes, I gave power, I gave position, I gave job for them, and I gave property. So prasada dhana bhojanai. I did lot of favors, like favoring money, favoring wealth, favoring food and all. Anuvrittim. And I gave service also for them. Basically, job. Dhruvam. It was certain. It is not just imagination. Surely, te adya kurvantya anya mahibrutam. But today, in turn, they cheated me, and now they have become loyal. Dhruvam tedya means surely they have become loyal for the enemy kings. Their loyalty has been turned around. A table around, we say that, turn the table around. So their loyalty, they took all the favor from me. They took all the facilities from me, but their loyalty has been shifted from my side or from me to the enemy kings. What tragedy, what a sad thing, what this wretched world is, what these people are like that. So Surata is feeling bad about all these things. Asamyak shilastaihi kurvadbhi saratam vayam sanchinta soti dukkena shayam kosho gamishyati. Asamyak means it is improper, unrighteous, means the minister's acts and all, the officers and the commanders' acts were unwise, improper, immoral. Asamyak vayashilaihi. And these people have got such a wrong habits, bad habits, by that they will only spend money, they will never accumulate. My forefathers had accumulated money. I also accumulated money because I didn't have any wrong habits and all. But my ministers and all, they have got bad habits, drinking or whatever, loitering and dice games or whatever you can say. So they have got a improper habits, wrong habits, bad habits. Because of that, they may loot my treasury, means my kingdom's treasury. Instead of that profit, it might go into loss. So asamyak vayahi, improper expenditure, means I'm getting 10 euros or 100 euros weekly. I am supposed to spend 30 euros, 40 euros, 50 euros or 80, 90 maximum, maybe 99. Instead of that, if I'm spending 120 euros, 130 euros, 200 euros and for nonsense things and all, that is what asamyak vaya. And shilaihi, and they have got that wrong habits. Tai means again those servants, ministers. Kurvadbihi satatam vayam. And they spend so much money and all, wealth, undiscriminatively. Sanchinta soti dukkena. And I had accumulated all this treasury. They are using it, they will be using it, and it is creating a pain, it is creating difficulty. Now you see, he lost his kingdom, he is not bothered about it. He is thinking, I accumulated so much treasury, and these people will finish off all the treasury. So it is bringing so much pain in me. So basically now he is obsessed about the money or about the treasury. Ati dukkena, with great pain, difficulty, shayam kosho gamishyati. Kosha means treasury, shayam means depletion, destruction, or getting clear, empty, gamishyati. It will go. So because these people have wrong habits, bad habits, because of that, the treasury will, all the money will be exhausted by the wrong people, by the wrong ministers, wrong bureaucrats or whatever. That I think you don't need much explanation for these things. You will understand very clearly. Even many times our ministers or politicians, they loot our countries. So that is the same case. So that means even in those days also they had problems. It is not that now or yesterday or 100 years before started. You see, now he's telling that my ministers are corrupted people. They will spoil my country. They will exhaust my treasury and all. So that means corrupt people were there even in the olden days. That's what Swamiji tells. There was no perfect world. There is no perfect world. There will be no perfect world. Perfect world is an utopia. We always expect when there will be a perfect world. So Swami Vivekananda says very clearly, there is no perfect world, there will be no perfect world, and there was no perfect. It is only, it goes ups and downs. That's all. Ups and tides will be there. Sometimes some amount is good, some amount of bad. There was no perfect world at all. So when we understand these things, it brings a lot of proper understanding for us, and our sufferings goes down actually. So there was no perfect world, there is no perfect world, there will be no perfect world. Then should I try for perfection, or why should I strive for all these things? Again, Swami's Mahamantra in Karma Yoga. The world is a moral gymnasium where we have come ourselves to make strong. So by struggling with people, by struggling with things, so I'm struggling. By that, what happens? I will translate myself. I will convert myself from Buddha to Buddha. That's all. So by changing others, by changing this, by changing that, and all, what happens? At some point of time, we will understand nothing will happen. People will not change. Society will not change. And I will change. So to get that change in myself, I am doing all this moral gymnastics, all this circus, all these attempts or struggle. Sometimes I understand, sometimes I don't understand. So now we can see how this king was with full of crowded thoughts about thinking about his property, about his treasury, kings, ministers, and about his kingdom. He helped all of them, but still they cheated, and they're not good people, good-natured people, and they may spoil my country. They may not look after my horse and elephant, and all these things he's thinking. So what will happen next? We will see in the next class. Oh, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Harihi Om. Tat Sat. Shri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu.
Thank you, Maharaj. Any questions? Maharaj, I have one in that when we started the class in the early parts only, it was that twice Dvija. Dvija means twice born.
Yes.
So why? What is the meaning of twice born? I mean,
yes.
Why twice born?
Yeah. So first time when we are born is what? When we come out from the mother's womb. That's a biological born. So second time when we get Gayatri Upadesha, that is Yagnopavit, Pavite you say in Bengali. So when you get a sacred thread ceremony.
Right.
When I get a sacred ceremony, so I have been born second time.
Okay.
That's why it's called Dvija. Dvija means twice born. Why? So because I have been twice I have born. First time biological birth, and second time when I was invested with the sacred thread, then I am been twice born, second born.
Okay, and for those who become monks, then again,
you can say they are thrice born.
Okay.
But actually, it is not born; it is actually died, because a monk actually does Atma Shraddha. He does Shraddha for himself, so he's a dead person actually.
So he's the first born that time. After the Shraddha, so then he's born again. A new life.
It's a new life. It's a new life. Yes.
Okay. Second time is Upanayana. No, that's why it's called this thing. So in those days, everybody would do the Upanayan, isn't it? Not only Brahmins. By caste, by birth, I mean.
Yeah. So it is a quite interesting thing actually. So very clearly we have got references that for male and female, this Yagnopavita was given.
Oh, even for female?
Actually, yeah, even for female. So actually, the Yagnopavita came much later. Before Yagnopavita, there with the Kusha grass, the Kusha grass, you know, the particular type of grass, Kusha. Kusha grass they used to with the dry grass, they used to make like a belt, like a thread, like, and they used to tie in and around the waist actually. And that was translated into the sacred thread.
Oh, okay.
So, okay. But according to the Vedas and Dharma Shastras, Brahmin, Kshatriya and Vaishya, all the three have got eligibility of getting the sacred thread.
Okay, not the Shudras.
Not the Shudra. But these things became very strong or very structured, or more than structured, very, narrow, only during the Muslim invasion actually. Because if you see, this Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra was not hereditary.
It is by profession.
It was based on profession and based on the nature. So that's why I say Jati Brahmana, Guna Brahmana, Karma Brahmana. Okay. Jati Brahmana is what? Is born in the Brahmin family. Is called Jati Brahmana. Now Karma Brahmana. Brahmin, what is supposed to do? He is supposed to study and he is supposed to teach. So that is what Karma Brahmana. And Guna Brahmana means what? He may be doing any action. He may be doing any profession. He may be a potter, for example. Okay. He may be a potter, but he may be born in some other caste. But he is very simple natured, truthful, honest, basically sattvic natured person. Then he is called Guna Brahmana. So Guna Brahmana was given always importance in our scriptures. And in Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna tells very clearly, Chaturvanyam Maya Sushtam Guna Karma Vibhagashaha. So I have created this 4, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, but it is based upon 2 things. One is Guna and Karma, never on the Jati, never on the hereditary. In coming days, slowly, it became hereditary or whatever. So it was based on Guna and Karma only.
Only based on Guna and Karma. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Maharaj, what is the word meaning of Adrakshit? Can you again?
Satatramamadrakshi. Which sloka it is?
10th. Tatra ashramam Adrakshit.
Yeah. Ashravam Adrakshit. Ashramam, you know, ashram. So Adrakshit means saw. He saw. He saw the ashram. He saw the hermitage. Seeing, the act of seeing is called Adrakshit. Yeah.
Maharajji, I have one small question. I was probably just not, I missed the point. Could you please explain what you mean by Karma Brahmana? You said Guna Brahmana and then Karma Brahmana meaning?
Yeah. So Guna Brahmana is what? The nature. One who is living a simple living and high thinking. One who controls mind. One who controls sense organs. When he is a God-centered life, conscious-centered life. And basically sattva dominated life, basically. That's what I mean. Guna Brahmana. Karma Brahmana means one who studies scriptures, or here especially one who studies Vedas, Puranas, Upanishads and all. One who teaches these things. One who studies and teaches.
Right.
Is called Karma Brahmana. And
Okay.
Jati Brahmana is what? Based on the hereditary.
Hereditary. Okay, Maharaj. Thank you so much. Pranam.
Yeah.
Okay, so any more questions? There aren't any more questions, Maharaj. Thank you so much for your time and attention and guidance. And so we will have a next class. Rai, you have a question?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So Pranam Maharaj and Pranams from all present over here to you. Thank you so much. And to all present, we'll be having a class by Swami Vimokshananda tomorrow. He has confirmed. So it'll be for Seekers of God. I'll post the link shortly. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you. Balatak Ben Shabai.
Pranam Nevan Maharaj.
Pranam Maharaj.
Pranam Maharaj.
Pranam Maharaj.
Thank you, Maharaj. Jai Ram.